Professor Charuta Vagnare along with supporting staff Mr. R.S. Mahabude sir. Today we are going to perform sand replacement method for the determination of in situ or field density of soil.
The basic principle of sand replacement method is to measure the in situ volume of hole from which the material was excavated from the weight of sand with known density filling in the hole.
For the performance, the apparatus requirement is sand pouring cylinder, calibrating container, metal tray with a hole of 10 cm diameter, balance, sand passing 600 micron IS sieve which is oven dried. For the determination of water contained, a metal container. Now let's start with the performance. First part of this experiment is the calibration of apparatus. Sand pouring cylinder is having a circular opening and the bottom of this sand pouring cylinder is having a cone shape. This is because we have to maintain the uniform flow of soil in this calibrating container as well as in the hole that we are digging on the surface. This sand pouring cylinder is attached with this shutter. First of all, when we are doing the calibration of the apparatus, we have to check that whether this shutter is open or not. So first we have to close this shutter and then while performing we have to open this shutter so that there is flow of sand takes place. For the calibration of the apparatus, first measure the volume of this calibrating container. It is having a height of 14.5 cm and diameter of 10 cm. Now, fill this pouring cylinder with sand within about 1 cm of the top and weigh it. First, check whether the shutter is in closed position or not. We have to fill the pouring cylinder with sand within about 1 cm of the top and then we have to weigh it. The reading is your W1 dash, which is nothing but mass of pouring cylinder plus sand. Now place the pouring cylinder concentrically on the top of the calibrating container and open the shutter to allow the sand to run out and fill the calibrating cylinder. When there is no further movement of the sand in the pouring cylinder, close the shutter. Remove the pouring cylinder and weigh it to the nearest gram, which will give you the value of W2 dash. As you can see, we have to fill this calibrating container up to this, but as you can see there is excess sand is there. So we have to determine what is this amount of excess sand is there in this calibrating container. For this, the next procedure is to put our sand pouring cylinder on the plane surface and repeat the process. Now, place the pouring cylinder on a plane surface, open the shutter and allow the sand to run out. Close the shutter when no movement of sand is seen in the pouring cylinder. Now as you can see, exactly cone is formed on this plane surface. Okay. Then sand pouring cylinder along with the remaining sand we have to weigh it, which will give you the value of W3 dash.
So let's start with the first part, calibration of apparatus, observations and calculations. First of all, we have to determine the volume of the calibrating cylinder having known diameter and height.
So simply putting the values, we will get the volume of calibrating cylinder as 1138.83. We have determined W1 dash, W2 dash and W3 dash. So W1 dash comes out as 6622, W2 dash 4672 and W3 dash 4307. For the determination of bulk density of sand, we have to carry out the further calculations. That means we have to determine W4 dash, which is nothing but W1 dash minus W2 dash, which comes out as 1950. Then W5 dash comes out as 365 and W6 dash comes out as 1585. With the help of this weight, we have to determine the bulk density of sand, which is represented by gamma B and given by W6 dash divided by V, that is mass of sand in the calibrating cylinder only, which is represented as W6 dash divided by the volume of the calibrating cylinder. So simply putting the values, we will get the value of bulk density of sand in the first part of our calculation. Now for the determination of in situ density, that is for the second part of this experiment, we have to again fill this sand pouring cylinder with this sand, and we have to take care that W1 dash, which is calculated for the calibration of apparatus, must be equal to our W1 that is used for the in situ determination. In situ density determination. First, clean and level the ground where the filled density is required. Then, place the metal tray with central hole over the portion of soil to be rested. Excavate the soil approximately 10 cm diameter and 15 cm with excavating tool. Excavate the soil approximately 10 cm diameter of this metal tray and 15 cm with excavating tool. Collect the excavated soil in the metal tray and weigh it to the nearest gram, which will give you the value of W7. Place the pouring cylinder over the hole so that the base of the cylinder covers the hole concentrically. Open the shutter and allow the sand to flow into the hole. When there is no movement of the sand, the shutter is closed. Remove the pouring cylinder. Now take the weight of pouring cylinder with remaining sand after pouring in the hole, which will be W2. Same type of cone is formed over this filled hole. So again we have to weigh how much amount of this sand is wasted for this cone formation. Now again weigh the pouring cylinder with sand after making sand cone on a flat surface. So as you can see, we have again made the sand cone same as that we have made in the field. Now we have collected the soil from field in this metal tray. We have to weigh the metal tray with hole with the excavated soil. This will give you the value of W7. Weigh the empty weight of metal tray with hole, which will be your W8. Now for the determination of density, we have to determine the water content of this excavated soil. For this, first weigh the empty weight of this container, which will be your M1. Now, fill this container with the excavated soil that we bring from the field, and again weigh the weight, which will give you M2, that is mass of container with the excavated soil. Now keep this container in the oven for 24 hours at a temperature range of 105 to 110 degrees Celsius for the determination of dry weight of the soil, which will give you the value of M3.
Now let's start with the observations and calculations of part B, that is in situ density determination. So for this, W1 must be equal to W1 dash, that is already taken in the case of calibration of apparatus. So in this case it is 6622. While performing the experiment, we have weighed W2 and W3. Now with the help of W1, W2 and W3, we have to carry out the further calculations. That means we have to determine W4, W5 and W6. Now we have to determine the volume of the sand. Volume of sand is represented by this formula, that is W6, that means the mass of sand in whole only, divided by gamma B. Now gamma B is your bulk density of sand, which we have already calculated in calibration of apparatus. So putting value of W6 and gamma B, we are getting a volume of sand as 1022.30 centimeter cube. Now we have excavate the soil in a tray. So we have to weigh the mass of tray along with the excavated soil, which is represented as W7. Then we have to weigh only the mass of tray, and we have to weigh from this, from W7 and W8, we have to find out the mass of excavated soil only. So bulk density of excavated soil gamma is given by W by V. In our case it is W9 divided by volume of sand. So putting the value of W9 and volume of sand, we will get the value of gamma, that is bulk density of excavated soil. Now for the determination of dry density of soil, which is represented by gamma D, the formula we are using is gamma, that is bulk density of excavated soil, divided by 1 plus W. W is water content. So for the determination of water content, oven dry method is used. So in the oven drying method, first we have to take an empty container and we have to weigh the mass of that empty container. Then in that container we have to add the soil, that is the excavated soil from the hole, which will give you the value of M2. And this complete assembly we have to put in a oven for 24 hours for the determination of dry weight of that excavated soil. So M3 we are getting after 24 hours, which is mass of container plus dry soil. So water content is determined by this complete formula. So simply put the value of M1, M2 and M3, and we will get the value of water content as 0.26 or 26.44 in percentage. Now we have gamma, that is bulk density of excavated soil. We have water content. Putting the value of gamma and W in this particular equation or in particular formula, we will be getting, or we are having, the value of gamma D as 1.38 gram per centimeter cube. So in this way we have performed the sand replacement method. So our result states that the in situ or field density of soil is found to be 1.38 gram per centimeter cube.